Hello everybody, good morning, good evening, or good night, whatever time you're tuning into this video. My name is Zultana. I'm with Conjure Collective. Thank you to those of you who joined me here today for this spell. Whether you are new or returning, thank you for taking the time to hold a vibe with me. So what I'm doing in this video is a Friday the 13th hex / separation spell. This is actually in part with another spell that I have going on for a client. But I thought it would be cool to show you guys a simple little hex you can use the energy to do. So first what I'm doing here is I have my dragon's blood incense. I'm just lighting that. And all of my tools, ingredients have been cleansed. So let me show you what you're going to need for today. So to save some time, I went ahead and made this. This is actually filled with, believe it or not, marbles. So the marbles are supposed to represent your person, your target's mind. So we have it broken apart. So instead of using like a whole skull or a stone, for this spell in particular, you're going to be using marbles. So, you know, sort of like the expression, they've lost their marbles. This spell focuses heavily on the person's mental state. So really getting into their thoughts, into their mind. So inside this red cloth, you have your red cloth. And these two pieces of paper are going to be representing, one, you need a picture of the person, of your target, and then you also need to write the thoughts that you like to implement into their minds. So break up, leave this person, only think of me, hate them, fight, whatever. So, you know, this is just an example paper. So write your petition on here. You put your marbles. Just use one, so I'm just showing a little example. And you make, it's better to cut in like a rectangle. So twist it. And then you also need some twine to put it together so it comes out looking like this. Okay, so again, you can use either a red or a black cloth for this spell. So this again is going to be representing the person's mind. All right, so let's put that to the side for now. And put this over here. Okay, so next what you're going to need is a used vigil candle. So this is a candle that I've had as an offering for one of my spirits. So I'm going to be using the energy of my spirit in this working. So we're going to use this. I'm gonna put a little bit incense in it. Let me just run through the ingredients that you're gonna need. And you actually don't need a candle for this working. I just happen to have one of my candles going on in the background. Okay, so what you need is water. I collect, you know, stormwater and things like that. So I have this winter storm gale, December 2020. Yeah, December 2020. So this is stormwater. So this is meant to essentially, you know, wreak havoc in their life. Basically feel like they're in a storm the whole time we're doing this working. If you don't have access to this kind of water, you can just go ahead and use regular sink water. That's perfectly fine. Paprika. My favorite, poppy seeds. Black pepper. I have some of my hexing oil that I make myself. And this is also one of my favorite oils to use. It's actually a botanica oil. It's the Meek Little Lamb oil. So this is highly recommended if you're doing this spell. Next, I'm also using some of my graveyard dirt. If you don't have graveyard dirt, just use any dirt. It's fine. I would say try to get it from maybe like an old parking lot or something like that. Not somewhere too nice, like a park. You know, the dirtier the better, if that somehow makes sense. Okay. And then you're also going to need 3 nails, preferably this size, because you're going to be making a triangle around your candle, so at least big enough that you're able to do that. And then you also need you can use a pencil, a pen, whatever, just something to lay on top of here, because you're going to take your twine or your string and hook it onto this and dangle this person's mind into what we're going to put into this empty candle. Okay, so let's get started. So first I'm going to start with my water. See, I filled it. I'll put just a little bit more. Okay, that should be enough. If we need more, we'll just add some more. So far I have my storm water, and this has been on one of my altars for about 2 years, because this is labeled as December 2020. Okay, so we have our water here, right? So first we're going to go with our black pepper. And burn this person's mind. Shake it up a little bit. See how the black pepper is dispersing in the water? Next, we'll do our paprika. Next, we have our poppy seeds. Generous amounts of that. Now I'm going to go in with my Hexing Domination oil. This oil is so toxic, but very, very effective. Stings too. Okay, so that's in there. Next, I'm going to put my my Meek Lamb oil. Good amounts of that too. Okay. I'm gonna give it a little shake. Let's see if you can see in there the color of it. It's dirty looking water. Next, I'm going to add the dirt. Try not to really touch it. Your mind can go to shit unless they give you what you want. Okay. These spirits that's in this dirt also help with doing your bidding. Okay, so now also the fun parts. We have our minds here, right? I'm gonna take some of our twine. Doesn't have to be that long. Oh, so you're gonna need a scissors so you can cut your twine. Now let's just tie this around here. As you tie it, seal their fate. Squeeze it until they give you what you are asking for, what you're demanding. You want them to break up with that cunt. Getting to the mind is always the first step. Okay. I'm gonna cut this little extra piece because I don't need that. Here comes the fun part. Now we have it on our string. Perfect. Now it's in there. Let it sink to the bottom. Now you could take your string, just give it a little twist just to keep this anchored. There. So let me see if I can just show you a little bit closer. It's almost like when you have a candle wick and you keep it like the little stick to keep it in place. So just lift it up and you can see in here all of our ingredients, the dirt. We have this person's mind. It's wrapped up with our petition, our demands, our commands. Okay, so now that you have this here, take your nails, make a triangle around your work. I can move this closer. Okay, there you go. I think you can see it just a little bit better. So here's the working, denomination, separation, hex, all wrapped up into this. So what I need you to do when you're doing the spell is make sure that you take your time, you speak your intentions, you do your mantras, you pray over it, you do what you have to do. The spell is best worked at night when this person is most likely sleeping. What I would also do with this is make sure you put it somewhere. If you don't have altars, if you're not a practicing witch and you don't have altars and you don't want to put it on your altar, you can leave it in somewhere that's very dark and damp. So like a closet that nobody goes in, or somewhere in your basement, attic even. And I would say you can leave this for 7 days. And if you want to repeat it, you can go ahead and do so. But this is a pretty effective spell to really get into that person's mental, to really make them immersed and submerged in these thoughts that we're putting into their head. All right, everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to hold a vibe with me here today. Again, my name is Zultana and I'm with Conjure Collective. If you would like to book a personal reading or a spell consultation, I will leave the link for my website in the description box below. If you could also please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, that would be greatly appreciated. So again, thank you for taking the time to hold a vibe with me, and I will see you guys in the next one.